Hi, my name is Amberkatze, and I'm the one and only Amberkatze from Amberkatze's book blog. I'm a Welsh girl living in Vienna in Austria, and this is my contribution to the Read Around the World experiment. So here goes. Beware of cats. "Oh no," she shrieked, and ran off to the kitchen. She left the shotgun leaning against her easy chair. Nigel thought it was best if he moved the shotgun for the time being, so he hid it under the couch cushion he was currently sitting on. With any luck, she'd never notice it was gone. Nigel closed his eyes and proceeded to do some breathing exercises he'd learnt from an ex-roommate of his. "Beware the elf" flashed across the inside of his eyelids as Miss Jones scuttled back in the room. "Here you go, I'm sure you'll like it," she said, passing a tiny china teacup to Nigel. "I'm sure I will." Nigel placed the teacup on the coffee table, took out a pencil and pad, and proceeded with caution. Miss Jones settled back into her easy chair and sipped her own tea. The lack of a shotgun at her side momentarily escaped her notice. "The report you filled with Scotland Yard was a bit on the sketchy side. Just for the record, I don't suppose you'd like to elaborate a bit." Miss Jones shuffled herself around in her chair. "Well, it was all very strange," she began. "I've had that cat for 6 years, and he's never said bugger all before. Then 2 nights ago, he wouldn't shut up." Nigel shot Miss Jones a calm glance, which she returned instantly with a stubborn glare. "Go on." "Well, I was coming back from the Hare and Hound. We have a nice little darts competition going on with the Sewing Circle girls from Notting Hill." "That's the pub on Road Street?" ventured Nigel. Miss Jones snorted at the interruption. "Yes, I came home early-ish because I had to feed Fuzzbucket." Nigel wrote down the name Fuzzbucket, then began to wonder whether he'd heard her right. Sorry, the cat in question, the one you say is possessed by the devil, his name is Fuzzbucket?" "Yes, Fuzzbucket. When I got home, the cheeky little bastard was sitting at the kitchen table eating a chicken I'd been defrosting for Sunday lunch. Said he'd got hungry and decided to cook himself some food. And then he told me to go out and buy him some cigarettes." "This must have all come to you as quite a shock. What happened then?" "I told him that it is most unnatural for him to be talking and smoking all of a sudden like that, and that he should stop doing it, and then I asked him who he thought he was." Miss Jones suddenly began to look around the small living room. She was missing something and couldn't remember what. Nigel caught the searching look and quickly urged her on. "So what was his reply?" "It was most peculiar. He looked me straight in the eye and proclaimed that he was the Prince of Darkness, the devil himself, and that he'd come to wreak havoc on Earth. And then he babbled something about small robots and flocks of nervous Australian ducks. And then he told me he'd be borrowing my cat for a while and that he'd come back for me one day, so I'd better watch out." "Huh," said Nigel uncomfortably. At his last testing, Nigel's IQ measured at over 200. And then at another point it measured at 76, just because he felt like being stupid that day. He had always been smart and he knew how to spot a liar. What disturbed him was that everything Miss Jones said, as far as he could tell, appeared to be completely true. He decided to adjust his seat